Now I would like to recognize Rep. Kamek for 5 minutes.
Thank you to the Undersecretary for your presence here today. I appreciate your testimony as well as my colleagues and your questions. This is an incredibly important issue. I think COVID highlighted precisely the need for high-speed, reliable, affordable internet across America and certainly in rural America, be it for telehealth, for commerce, or for education. I represent a largely rural district in north central, northeast Florida, and we have children who do their homework in a Hardee's parking lot. We have government entities that cannot open their doors because of restrictions from the federal government and can only serve via a telehealth or a telework model. But because of the lack of internet connectivity, we are not able to take advantage of those resources. So my constituents are in kind of a catch-22. So I know that I am not alone in this, constituents across America in this, but I have a real concern about overbuilding and the relationship between USDA and FCC. So if you look at the FCC's current definition of unserved, that's an area that is lacking speeds of 25/3 megabits per second. Now, the definition also describes communities throughout my own district where even minimal broadband service is unavailable, leaving entire communities behind. Secretary Vilsack recently announced that USDA would fund projects capable of serving 100/20 megabits, including areas that were already receiving funds from the FCC's Rural Digital Opportunity Fund, the RDOF auction, to serve areas at speeds of 25/3. Now, I'm concerned that we have multiple providers in the same area that are going to use federally subsidized overbuilding to deploy broadband, which really doesn't make economical sense. It's not good use of taxpayer funds. So how are we going to prevent overbuilding in these areas while still leaving areas that aren't touched by the RDOF auctions and by the Reconnect program? How are we going to address this?
Congresswoman, thank you so much for your advocacy for the rural communities and the people that you serve, especially when it comes to people who do not have good, reliable internet right now. It is a priority of USDA Rural Development to make sure that we are reaching those unserved communities. We have the same definition of 25 up, 3 down as unserved, making sure that we're reaching your constituents. And that's why in the priority points that we've identified, 50 points out of 150 are specifically for that unserved population of 25 up, 3 down. Additionally, if they're in a very undense population, if they're really rural, that's another set of priority points. So we know how crucial it is to be able to prioritize those projects, and we know how crucial it is to make sure that rural communities aren't stuck in the slow lane for the rest of time, right? This is an investment not just for now, but also into the future. So making sure that we have a backbone that will be able to compete on the speeds that we see is crucial. Because we certainly saw in the midst of COVID with your kids who are sitting in the Hardee's parking lot that 25 up, 3 down isn't enough for them to be able to listen to their teacher and learn from home. And so we want to make sure we're building out to where it is enough for them to compete on the global marketplace.
So in the time I have remaining, I just want to do a quick follow-up on that. So under the RDOF, and I know that this is more the FCC side, it prohibits these entities, these census tracts, these municipalities, once they have been auctioned off to participate in other programs, but so many of these areas would fall or qualify for USDA. Are there conversations ongoing with FCC and your office about how we can navigate this? Because under that FCC guidance, there's 10 years to deploy the service. We can't afford to wait 10 years.
So there absolutely are conversations ongoing about how we coordinate between RDOF and Reconnect programs. We are considering projects at a very granular level. What does this look like on the ground? Mm-hmm. And that's something that in this round we started to do, so that we're looking very specifically at how an application would impact current RDOF places, and making sure that we recognize building out will take building out is going to take construction time and beyond, and making sure that whatever decisions we make, they are in coordination across the federal government.
Excellent. Thank you, and I yield back.